Hello super friends and welcome to DC TV Talk. This is the show where we talk all things Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And in today's video we're going to be doing a bit of a preview and a breakdown for Arrow Season 6 Episode 21, which is otherwise entitled, and get ready for it, Docket number 11-19-41-73. So let's jump straight into it. So, docket number 11-19-41-73, which is an extremely long title, is the name of the 21st episode of Arrow Season 6, which is the episode coming out next week. And just in case you're wondering, that name is actually a reference to the very first appearance of Green Arrow in DC Comics, so that's why that name is relevant. How that's actually going to be used in the episode and how it's relevant, God knows, but that's what it means in reality. But this episode is important for another reason. This episode is extremely important because we are getting the return of fan favourite character Tommy Merlyn. Yes, Colin Donnell is returning to Arrow for this episode, but there's a lot of confusion as to why and how this character is returning, given the circumstances of his character and also the circumstances of the actor. So, what I want to do in this episode is going to go through why this character could be returning and how he could be returning, given all the evidence that we have. So yes, Tommy Merlyn is returning. Also, if you've seen the promo for episode 21, you will actually see at the end Tommy at the very end, which is slightly revealing, I think, for the episode. I think they probably shouldn't have put that in the promo, but I guess everyone kind of knows he's back in this episode anyway. But how is he back? So, the first theory is that Tommy is back from the dead. This is Earth 1 Tommy who died back in Season 1, and he is now back from the dead. Now, this, I think, is very unlikely. I think Tommy, in terms of his Earth 1 counterpart, is never going to come back to the show. It's just not going to happen. I think that his character, you know, his death really meant something for Oliver. You know, he was the reason that Oliver began to stop killing people after Season 1. You know, his death was really impactful on the show. The characters, such as Oliver, and then also the audience as well. We were all dead connected to Tommy. We all loved him. He was just that really nice, likable character and good friend of Oliver. So to see him go at the end of the Season 1 finale was really, really emotional. You know, Oliver, you know, was really broken by that. And again, it changed his whole course as a vigilante. And also affected Malcolm Merlyn. You know, Malcolm Merlyn, who, you know, went on this massive evil scheme to destroy the Glades, actually ended up killing his own son in the process. So it was very impactful. So I just can't see Earth 1 Tommy ever coming back from the dead, because it would completely diminish any impact that his actual death back in Season 1 had on the show. And another theory going around is that this is alternate universe Tommy, you know, another Tommy from the multiverse, which we've seen the Earth X Tommy, who of course was the Earth X variant of Prometheus back in the Crisis on Earth X crossover, and that was very cool to see Colin Donnell back on the show, especially because he was Prometheus, who we all, you know, but if you remember back to Season 5 of Arrow, we were all kind of speculating who Prometheus was. A lot of us thought that Prometheus was actually going to be Tommy, so it was kind of like that nice bit of fan service as well. But this is the theory that he could be, you know, Earth 2 Tommy, you know, considering how, you know, Earth 2 Laurel is so involved here, especially because Laurel and Tommy obviously quite famously have that relationship. Although we don't know if Earth 2 Laurel had a relationship with Earth 2 Tommy. We know she did with Oliver, but we don't really know if the Tommy thing's ever been established. So, you know, I think if there is another universe Tommy to come into this, I think it most definitely will be Earth 2, just given, you know, the Earth 2 Laurel situation. So it could be, but I still don't think this is particularly likely. There is a third option, which is a lot more likely. The third option is that this is Christopher Chance posing as Tommy Merlyn. Now, if you don't know who Christopher Chance is, he is otherwise known as the Human Target. He was introduced last season on Arrow when Oliver Queen was actually a target of an assassination plot, and Christopher Chance went out into the public as Oliver Queen and was shot. And this is where his job kind of brings in. He's, you know, someone who pretends to be other people when they are in danger or need help. So Oliver Queen last season was trying to be assassinated by the vigilante, so he went out there as Oliver Queen to get shot. So Oliver Queen managed to get away. And it seems like in this episode that Christopher Chance is returning. We do know that the actor Will Travell is actually on set. He was on set when filming this episode. We know he was in Vancouver, which is a very likely sign that he was on Arrow. And it seems to be that perhaps they're going to be using him to be Tommy Merlyn. Now, why would they be using him as Tommy Merlyn? Well, we can get some information on the promo that when we see at the end of the promo, we see the Green Arrow bust into the courtroom where Oliver Queen is being indicted, and we actually see that Oliver Queen is there, but the Green Arrow is also there. So how is this possible? We see the Green Arrow take off his hood, and it turns out to be Tommy Merlyn. Now, I don't quite know if Oliver's going to be aware of this. I don't know if Oliver has planned this, or maybe this is someone else who's planned this. Because all of New Team Arrow and also Felicity and Diggle, they should know about the human target because they were around then. So it could be one of them, although I highly doubt it. Maybe Oliver does get in contact, but given his facial expression, he seems very shocked to see Tommy. Also, this is going to be quite weird because if this is Christopher Chance as Tommy, you know, trying to portray himself as Earth 1 Tommy, you know, don't the public know that Tommy's dead? But then again, I guess you could say that Earth 2 Laurel is posing as Earth 1 Laurel, and she was also dead. So, you know, who really knows? But, you know, I feel that this is definitely the most likely option, like I say, because we know Christopher Chance is in this episode, so, you know, the fact that Tommy's back as well definitely raises a few eyebrows in that department. So I definitely think this is going to be Christopher Chance posing as Tommy Merlyn to actually get the scent off Oliver that he is actually not the Green Arrow, even though he actually is, but they're going to go with the idea that Tommy Merlyn is the Green Arrow. Now, this could result in actually Oliver being saved from going to prison, which, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I did bring up the prediction and the theory that perhaps Oliver Queen was going to be arrested by the end of this season and be sent to jail. Now, if Tommy does come out, or Christopher comes out as Tommy and, you know, shows he's the Green Arrow, then this could mean that Oliver is no longer, you know, a target and is no longer looking to be arrested by the SCPD. Of course, the SCPD are currently under the influence of Ricardo Diaz, or at least a large number of them, so that couldn't really affect it, really. But this could debunk my theory that Oliver was going to jail, and maybe he won't. But given that the last episode is called Life Sentence, and, you know, kind of Stephen Amell's hint, I still think this could be happening. So perhaps this whole thing with Tommy Merlyn trying to be the Green Arrow, perhaps it's going to be completely irrelevant by the end. So what do you guys think about this episode? Are you excited about it? I think it looks to be like a very good episode. I quite enjoy courtroom episodes. I think they're quite good. Like, I really enjoyed the trial of the Flash this season. I thought that was a really cool storyline. So I really want to see how they do it on Arrow, with actually Oliver being, you know, kind of the trial of the Green Arrow, if you will. And also the fact that Christopher Chance is coming back, who I thought was a really cool character back in Season 5. I thought he was, you know, he serves a really unique function in terms of his character. And also the fact that Colin Donnell is coming back as Tommy Merlyn is so exciting. We all get really excited when Tommy comes back because we all love him. He's great. So to see him come back is in any way, shape or form is much appreciated and always appreciated on the show. But tell me what you guys think about this episode in the comment section down below. Now, just a quick little announcement. I made a big announcement video yesterday for it, but just in case you missed that, I have actually got a new podcast, which I've now started with my good friend Dan McCants, aka Mule Kick Media on YouTube. He's another DC TV YouTuber. If you're interested in that, basically it's called Honor Thy Podcast, which is a reference to the Arrow, famous Arrow motif phrase. And basically what we do every week is we break down all the week's episodes of the DC TV shows, which is obviously Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and potentially Black Lightning as well. And we go through them all and just review all the episodes from that week. And also we do a quick little preview as well of all the upcoming episodes of the next week. So if you think you'd be interested in that, go in the description below. I'll leave a link to the channel. You can head over there, see if you like it, give us a subscribe if you like it and you want to see more, and then you don't have to miss out on any of the episodes. It's a weekly show, and we're both very, very excited about it, and it seems to be like it's going to be going quite well, and we are definitely enjoying it. So make sure you head over there, give it a check, you know, check it out, see if you like it or not, and yeah, we hope to see you guys at the podcast too. So, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. It will help me out a lot. And share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV and get them to join the community. And as always, guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Black Lightning. And with all that said, guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.